Well,
Hello.
hello, Chick Chat. We're here on a Sunday night to talk to you guys about Seeking Sister Wives. We might be skipping regular Sister Wives this week. I tried to do it yesterday, but my computer was bugging out, wasn't letting me go live or do it. So you know what? It was kind of a slow episode, so we might end up skipping that one. But
I think that's fine.
yeah, so you may or may not see it. If I'm really feeling froggy tomorrow, I might try it again, but I highly doubt it because by then the new episode's out, and the new episode looks much better than the old episode.
Yes, agreed. So I think also, we probably can just grab a couple of the clips or photos that we need from this episode and pop them into last episode. But if you guys don't remember, I have some family over this week, so that's also why I'm in a different room because they're all out there. So yeah, I hope that you guys understand and are patient with us this week, but we'll be back to regular next week on the Cody Apology Tour for Sister Wives. But in the meantime, we're going to cover the season finale, which we were talking last week a little bit about is this or is this not going to be the finale? It seems like things are kind of wrapping up, but I didn't realize it was going to happen so quickly because there was a history of a couple of episodes. Hey, Lisa, it's been a while since we've seen you. Hi, I'm just going to be listening and not commenting, but I wanted to say hello. I really enjoy your take on things. We enjoy having you listen, so no need to comment. But we
love your comments too, by the way.
Yeah, we also love your comments too. So if you're feeling up to it, hop in or leave us. I know sometimes you leave us a little summary sometimes too, so we also appreciate that. So thanks for joining us. Thanks all of you for joining us, and for your understanding this week. Yes. So let's hop into things. We have a pregnant sister.
Not sister. Oh my God. Does anybody else just get like low blood sugar every time Danielle says sister? Because I can't, that's the only reason why I'm happy about this being the season finale is because I don't have to hear that over and over and over again. Like, can't she at least learn the word in Portuguese?
That's actually a really good point, honestly. I think, in the way she pronounces it as if she's pronouncing it in Portuguese, as a Portuguese person, like a person who speaks Portuguese saying sister in English.
Not even. Like the girl, remember who I used to work with this Romanian lady for K's, and she talked Christmas. That's how she talked. Yeah. Christmas. That's the same sister. Like it's the same thing. I don't know, but every time I just get like an all over body rash when Danielle says
yes,
it.
And they speak to her so strangely. And at this point, given what we know about what went down between her and Garrick, I just feel like it's a purposeful way to speak down to her and to have like some power over her. And I don't like it. Not one bit.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a form of like you said, like talking down to her, like making almost less than.
Yes.
User Alien. Hi, User Alien says it's so childish. It is.
Facts. Yes. So we do find out that poor Lorena is pregnant. And yes, I'm going to say it that way, given what we know now. So she's pregnant. She's even a little disappointed. I mean, she says she was surprised, but she's disappointed too. She said she would have liked to be able to hang out with Garrick a little bit more, learn English, which I think is really important, again, given the people that she's with and how they seem to be carrying on, with her. I just don't like the treatment here. It doesn't seem equal, especially now that they're married. I mean, she's really there. It just seems like she's sort of like their little
plaything. Yeah, like a plaything or a collectible or something. Even the way Garrick talks later about going and getting another woman from another country or whatever. It just seems like he's collecting.
And now he wants Danielle to collect women.
Yeah, it's like the man wants to have a child in every ethnicity so he can say he owns the rainbow or something.
God probably told him that that's the only way to get to heaven.
That's a very big theme for him this episode is that God is talking to him all damn day.
For him, his entire life is to misinterpret the words of God. It's crazy how this man just does what he does.
I saw a comment that said that God talks to Garrick more than he did Mother Teresa. And
that's true.
It's true. Like, in the way he explains the God talks to him is like the man sending him text messages or something.
Yes, it's so casual. I mean, it's probably not groundbreaking, like actually, but I just feel like, yeah, he's just like, it's a girl.
What, really? It's like, yeah, homie.
Anyways, we are jumping ahead, but yeah, so they realize that Lorena is pregnant. They're all kind of freaking out a little bit. Lorena, I thought she was so cute. I mean, she's even like, how do I even know that this is real? It's just, you can tell that she's really having like a genuine moment. And then just here comes Danielle screaming sister in her face over and over. Poor girl.
Pretending to be happy for her.
I know. She was literally shoving her out of the bath. Like, just give me a minute. And she goes, but I'm sister. Like,
well, in the way she even describes the test, like, yes. I know that got a language barrier here, but like, I'm pretty sure pregnancy tests are very similar.
That actually pissed me off when I was watching it too. It was so annoying. And yeah, it's just the same thing. It's like she is a 20-something-year-old woman. She's allowed to have a moment to herself when she's going to find out that she's about to have her first child. It's just insane. And I'm sorry, but you're a very annoying presence. And I doubt that Lorena wanted anything to do with her crying in the bathroom next to her in the moment. And I mean, Danielle's going to take over her whole gender reveal too, as we're going to realize. So
she takes over her whole life.
The whole thing. So that was the setup for the Garricks. And now we are moving on to the setup for the Johnsons, and Angelica is going to go to dinner with Shanay because she's just heartbroken about this whole thing. I think more so to add to the heartbreak, she feels like she's been rejected by her family. So she's just even more so feeling pretty lonely, which I mean, I feel for her in this, but I don't know. It's hard for me to appreciate her heartbreak and even Matt's because we just never saw them all together. We saw them.
We never did. Yeah.
Breaking up. So I just don't really. It's hard for me to.
Well, it seems like the breakup's harder, like on her, with the friendship than anything else. Than even Matt would be. Like Matt could leave her too, and she'd be fine as long as she had Shanay.
I feel like that's true, and I feel like Shanay and Matt are so indifferent about each other at this point. I mean, things must have gone really, really bad because they've been together apparently for 3 years, and Shanay even talks about them in a kind way, but they just seem like they could give a F about each other at this point. I mean, she even said as much at the dinner.
Right. Matt seems like he'd give a F about anything at this point.
I know. Well, at least he admitted it, right? I think that was this episode. He said something about his efforts.
Yeah, he ain't got no efforts.
Yeah, he ain't got no nothing. Just like Angelica's mom said, he ain't cute enough for that. He don't even make enough money. He also doesn't put in enough effort. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I almost wonder, because the way her family strongly was like, Matt's doing this, Matt's Matt. Like, it makes me wonder, they must know, obviously they know something about him that we don't. But just like at the end of this, when we see the update that he's dating women and then bringing them to meet Angelica, that's so different than everybody else.
Yeah. Well, at least he says with her permission. I mean, it seemed slightly respectful. Other than Yesel, who just likes to, and Garrick, who likes to just date first and introduce later.
Yes, Garrick likes to hop on the apps in other countries and
all the time
find himself a victim.
All the time.
Yeah.
So we do get a little bit into Angelica's desire for having this dinner, and we learned that Angelica and Shanay have not spoken to each other since Shanay and Matt broke up, other than to have this dinner. And almost immediately, Angelica is emotional and she's crying because she knows why Shanay is upset with her. So she just brings it up, which I think is good. I think that that's part of taking accountability, is not to make somebody tell you why they're upset with you, especially if you know it was something as big of a deal as breaking trust, or I mean, this probably was kind of a betrayal in a sense to the two of them, although again, I really don't know their relationship all that well. But Yeah, so I think it was good that she just brought it up. She's like, I know why you're upset. I went and saw this other person. And Shanay wanted to make sure to make a point that it wasn't just that she knew that this person existed, but that she met this witch lady. I think it was a good idea for Shanay to go on that date. I think
I kind of wish I would have seen how it went with just Matt. I mean, how the conversations would have went.
I know, because, well, I don't know. I wonder, do you think it would have gone better or worse?
I don't know, but I mean, I want to see this man do something on his own other than bomb a train date.
That's so true. I mean, Angelica was not feeling the witch lady the whole time, and that was obvious. So I think it made the date kind of wet blanket.
Something about this man is so off-putting that she needs a sister wife just so she can bitch about him.
I know. Well, and that's what her family was trying to get to, was like, what is it that you keep saying that you need all of this support for? Because, you know, we live down the street and your sister lives across the street and blah, blah, blah. And she says that it's not for Matt. And then when they ask her what it's for, she's like, well, you know, she just gets what's going on with Matt. And I'm like, this man has no energy, no emotion, gives no effort. What is it that could be so difficult to deal with this man? Maybe that part, I guess, just the lack of presence. That's why you need a whole other person to fill in the gaps here.
Yeah, the lack of
couple of other people.
The man's like a walking Tesla robot, basically.
He is, yeah. Are Angelica and her sisters or something? Why do they look alike? I don't know. I don't think they really do look alike. They're not sisters. They were sister wives, but that's just a phrase, not blood.
I guess they kind of look more like than Angelica and her own sister, but I mean, to be
really,
real,
Angelica looks a lot like her sister.
I can't remember what she looks like, but yeah, I mean, Matt's just got a type, I guess.
Matt does have a type, yeah.
If you got glasses and you like each other more than you like him, he's fine.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and also, hi, Days. Welcome.
Welcome, Days. We always enjoy your presence.
We really do. So yeah, I mean, Angelica gets to crying, and I think they leave it there on a cliffhanger, as if Shanay is not going to forgive her, but we know that she's going to, obviously. And then we come over to the Davises packing all of Theresa's things up in these little boxes.
No, Nick's not. Nick's just supervising.
Nick is always supervising, like the king of the You know what? Nick is probably the only man that acts this way on television. That, I mean, I will make fun of him because he's a funny guy and funny, like easy to make fun of. But I'm just not mad at him.
I'm not mad at him either. I think he needs to be studied. Like,
I love this. Yeah, he does need to be studied.
There's something about him that just needs to be studied. Yeah, he's got his worker bees there. Even the pregnant one is working.
I know. He's got this just spell over these women. Also, I watched a podcast with April and Jen together being interviewed by, I don't even know who. I don't think I finished it yet. But, I mean, they just seem like exactly how content they are on camera is how content they are in real life. And I'm just flabbergasted. I love that for them. But anyways, they found, while they were packing up Theresa's things, a couple of their items mixed into those things. And at first I was like, is that a backhanded little, you know, you're trying to throw shade here? But then she says, you know, it's sister-wife life. And so I just, you know, okay, whatever.
Maybe they've used some of the same drawers or whatever.
Agreed. He's there to do about where Theresa's shit isn't.
What?
Could you clarify, please?
They're having a stroke over there. I don't blame you if you are.
Yeah, this is crazy stuff we're talking about. But yeah, so we also learned that Theresa has not been around the Davises since that fight, apparently. Do you believe that? I don't really believe that. I don't believe that she just never came back. She left in her pajamas, like basically in her slippers. Her child was there, wasn't he?
I think she came back at some point to retrieve her child or something, but maybe she just avoided them, like came back, got a few things, and left again. I don't know. I don't know where she's going. So is this the next day or whatever? I mean, she was, when they do see her again, she was completely dressed and everything. And I don't know. Do you think she just like texted him and was like, pack my shit so I can, like, because why wasn't she there packing her own shit?
I was wondering all the same things to think about where her shit is.
Okay. I get it now. He's there to think about where the shit is and let them know.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. It took 3 brains for that one. Days, that's true. Like the true king he is. He's moves around the rest of the chess pieces. Isn't that how he described it?
He's the king of the chessboard. He don't do much of nothing. The queens handle it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oof. So we learned that Theresa has stepped out. Apparently she's not been around. I don't know how much I believe that. I guess she said, go ahead and pack my things in boxes, because they were protective over these boxes.
They waited till she got there. They guarded
them. They waited outside with the boxes, and they all have their effing hands on these damn boxes as if there's like a baby in there.
Blessing it.
As soon as Theresa pulls up, Nick goes, "Oh, Theresa," and then they all touch the box. What is going on here?
It's like a whole coven out there.
It's like they're saying goodbye to Theresa through these boxes. Like,
bite all her shit. Like,
what is?
Yeah, that was strange. I did notice that they were all huddled around these boxes. Like, no one's gonna take them out of your garage, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just don't leave your garage door open if you're that nervous. But
I mean, Theresa seems to be sometimes connected maybe a little bit with the riffraff. So maybe they were trying to make sure that they went to Theresa and only Theresa. Look at Nick. He's even doing something. He's got his hands over these boxes too.
Yeah, he's protecting the boxes.
Yes. So Theresa walks up. We will see how that pans out pretty soon here. She lets us know she plans to have a conversation with the 3 of them to apologize.
Yeah.
And April got in a nice little dig too, which I thought gave us some color, because we also, I wish we would have gotten a couple more episodes of this. Not now, but just that there were more detail in the rest of the season.
Right. They wrapped it up really quick. The other seasons had more episodes, so I was pretty shocked.
I know the last season that had 11 episodes was like season 4 or something like that. So it makes me a little bit suspicious that maybe they went back and cut a bunch of stuff out. Sometimes that happens on shows that have shorter seasons than expected, but I don't know. Maybe it's just not as popular as it used to be either.
Yeah, I mean, it also looked like 3 of these like 5 couples were like not seeking really anymore. They like kind of fell off and stuff. So maybe they're like, we just don't have enough content to finish a couple more episodes, because I mean, Yesel and his lady have unrealistic expectations of a woman, and then you got Reese and his lady. All they could do this episode was just talk about their plans with polygamy, then walk around an empty field. I mean, that's not content. And then you got the Johnsons, who lost their only prospect, and who knows how long it actually took Matt to find somebody else. So
I know. I really think they need to just full send with the Garricks and the Davises.
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone's mad at the Garricks right now, but I need to see how that plays out before we get rid of them. Like,
me too. And I understand having mixed in a couple new couples, but we don't need to follow them the whole season. We can have them drop out and have maybe even another one drop back in mid-season for some more fresh content.
That. Yeah.
I'll take it off. But I need some more Davises for sure, and some more Merrifields. But anyways, speaking of the Garricks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make this little care package for Garrick because he's not there. He's on a job. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, because I've been seeing this thing going around about how like they have bad reviews or whatever on their business, and how one review was like, oh, there was a job he did for me, and he was walking around crying and speaking Portuguese and stuff at the job. I wonder if this was it, because he does get emotional here when he opens this care package.
That's possible, although I think they said, if I'm remembering right, last episode that they were helping out family.
Oh, okay.
But I could be misremembering.
You're right, I think.
I think it was like somebody's grandma. That's why. Yeah, I think so. But anyways, I'm sure I think your first thing was true. Actually, was probably when Roberta or somebody broke up with them.
I think it was Natalia when she left.
Yes, Natalia. Yeah.
Yep, and he walked around speaking Portuguese and crying. Do you imagine hiring a builder and they get, they show up to work and they're walking around crying, speaking a different language and like probably not even very well or like actually speaking another language. They're just making up words that sound like it because we know that he only knows a little bit of Portuguese.
So, and what if you actually knew Portuguese and you just heard this man walking around crying?
Yeah, and what words does he say? Like, he's obviously not expressing his sadness in Portuguese. He's probably saying random words like blue and sky and whatever words he learned, like Quito or something.
Baby and God.
Sexy, whatever.
Definitely that one.
Sister. Anyways.
They sent him a balloon and a couple of baby gifts and the pregnancy test in the mail. Mm-hmm. And I guess it was delayed or something. I mean, I don't think any kind of mail is going to keep a balloon for all that long anyways. But yeah, so Garrick gets it. It arrives. He opens it. The balloon is deflated. That should have been the first sign from God. And then... That really should have been. The pregnancy test comes out. I mean, that thing, it was probably 2 or 3 days. It probably doesn't even have any ink left on it. It's probably just
actually I have my old one and it's still just like yellowed a little, but yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's still got the line, so
okay.
But yeah, I mean,
there he goes. I thought it was hilarious that he asked if it's Lorena. Could you imagine if it was Danielle again? I bet he would be.
That's probably why he asked, because he's trying to get a little PTSD from last time.
I know. He would be pissed.
He should have known who it was. God should have told him.
True.
With how much he talked to God this episode.
Yeah, he's got a direct line to the man. It was so interesting to me seeing Garrick in this form. Because usually he's pretty cleaned up. He's got like a button-up shirt on, but he's so casual here. I don't know why it was strange for me to see, but it was.
Like a glimpse of when he was gangster Garrett.
Yes, with his hat.
Wasn't that what he told the lady from Michigan?
Yeah. He was in a full-on gang.
Yeah, this is gang Garrett.
Out in the streets of Colorado. See, this is what he's usually looking like this, and then gang Garrett, gang.
Like, and I'm sorry, but I don't understand. I'm sure none of us do the appeal of this man, because even in a situation where you're showing him a pregnancy test, he's just like, like there's nothing, you get nothing out of it.
Every time. I think the very last photo for this episode is just his face, because it's so good.
Yeah, it's just
yeah, when Danielle walks out, he's just like, I don't know. I can't believe him. He's
just like so emotional.
And I think I caught a little bit. I mean, I'm just gonna say it now because I don't know when it actually happened, and I think I caught a little bit of Lorena saying something like, she was speaking in Portuguese and it was giving the subtitles on the bottom, but she said something like, when she was saying, I didn't imagine that I was going to be with a man that was already married. She said something after that, like, it's a lot different than I thought that it was going to be, or it's not exactly how I imagined that. And I didn't know if she was referring to just her life is not how she imagined, or if actually what Garrick told her about how having a plural family was going to be, and that she's
probably both
reckoning with that a little bit. So I don't get the appeal to Garrick. I don't think he's honest in what he's selling to these women who are overseas and can't understand half of a word that he says. And then Danielle just running around screaming sister all the time. It's got to be a very overwhelming.
These are not the poster children, I think, for this kind of lifestyle, to be honest.
That's why, like I said last time, I go back and forth between, are these people just really incredibly ignorant and dumb, or are they like cunning and manipulative?
A little of both, but definitely the first one. I mean, this man baptized her in a Hilton pool. I don't know what she was expecting.
I know. I can't wait to see what happens to the babies in their baptism.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna baptize all the babies in a pool.
He is. He really is.
Like, he has any jurisdiction over, like, the man's not an ordained minister, whatever, like online anything. Like, he doesn't have no credentials to be baptizing people and talking to God all the time. But wait, is Garrick a prophet? Like, since when? Like,
I think he thinks he has all this power just simply because he's a man.
I know, because even in this part, he talks about how he's happy that she's having a child because having children cleanses a woman and stuff like that. Like how it changes their hearts and everything. I'm like, well, what can happen to a man for this to happen?
Exactly. Yeah. God says through childbearing that it will perfect her and all this baloney.
So what, men are just automatically perfect then? And trust it, like, I believe in God, but I don't believe this man is saying anything to this man.
The comments that he's making are completely misinterpreted and it's just insanity. This is not, I mean, like, whatever.
Yeah.
On to the Williamsons opening scenes. And they're talking a little bit about their compound. We're all dead. Honestly, the Garricks, I just need them back on my television. I do. I'm really upset that this is the finale. I'm actually in disbelief right now. I'm expecting for them to pop back on tomorrow.
It's like, I love to hate them. Like, I love to hate watching them and stuff. Like, it's just so fascinating. It's like watching a train crash or like Gypsy Rose or something, you know?
Yes. There's just certain families and personalities that TLC has such a way of capturing for us.
Honestly, they really deserve like all the Oscars and Emmys or whatever primetime television or whatever award they can get, because they really have a fetish for this polygamy stuff, and they really show us every little aspect of the weirdness of life. Yeah. And they even they have polygamy in every form. I mean, you got brother husbands, a couple of sister wife shows. Now you have, what was it, the Poly family? Like, they've really done their dirty work, like getting down and deep and finding these families.
I'm grateful for it. Keep it coming.
Me too. The learning channel it is. I've been learning.
I'm learning so much about these lifestyles, let me tell you, and these people. Not so much Reese and Billie Jean, though. I'm not sad to see them go. I'm not looking forward. I don't think that they'll be coming back.
I feel like they gaslit me because
agreed.
You know, like
they didn't even want a sister wife.
Neither of them did. She acted like it at first, and then once you have one on the doorstep, like, not even like could go past a first date with that woman before she's like, I'm jealous, and now it's, I don't want a house next. Like, that's why we had to have separate houses. I don't want to see it. I don't want to. Bitch, it was your idea. You think it was this man's idea?
Well, so I get the separate houses thing, and I actually think,
sure.
I mean, I don't know. I think at this point, Reese is not giving her a little bit. I don't think Reese is giving her the time to work through her jealousy, because it's got to be normal. Like, just because you decided you want to share your cupcake doesn't mean that you're not a little sad that you only get half a cupcake, you know? And I think that that's just a normal feeling that she's got to sit with a little bit before Reese is just like, you're jealous, you're going to make this bad.
Yeah, her vanilla cupcake. I have to say this because, like, I know this comes up later, but it's going to be controversial or whatever. But can these people who tell me that they can't have children tell me why they can't have children? Because all of a sudden at the end of this, she's pregnant again. And we knew that, you know, we talked about this last episode too. So it's like, can they not just give us a reason why they can't have children? This is TLC, for God's sakes.
I agree. And they're already being open enough with us to say that they've gone through an IVF journey, and there's obviously been some complications or issues or challenges, but they're never clear about what those are. And I agree, that is frustrating. Maybe they don't know what those are, but 9 times out of 10, I feel like they have an idea of what's going on.
But if you're telling me you want to have sister wives because you literally physically can't have a child again, because of whatever he went through with IVF. What is it? Because obviously, I mean, that isn't the case here. Agreed. It might be with that Danny girl.
People will get a surgery, right, to like correct something. So maybe she went as far as to do that. But I agree. I think it's really frustrating because they are being open enough that they're having complications, but they're not being open enough for people to actually know like what is going on.
Right, because that could be something actually that I could learn about, you know, like before having a baby or whatever. Like, what if this happens or this happens? Like, it'd be good to educate people on that, maybe at least, you know, tell yourself that.
But. Right. Agreed. Yeah. So, I mean, like we said earlier, it seems like their roles are flip-flopping a little bit. I mean, Billy initially wanted this. Obviously, it was more so to grow their family with children rather than to have a connection. And so while Reese finally meets somebody, now Reese is excited. He's kind of in that, what do they call it? New relationship energy in poly families and stuff. So he's experiencing that. And you can tell he's happy. He's asking even Billie Jean a whole lot about what's your communication with her and are you guys staying in contact and this and that. So it's interesting because he's completely changed. I mean, he was so hesitant in the beginning because I think he just didn't think he would ever find another woman. I think he thought he was lucky enough to find one single woman.
That honestly, hold on to it if you got it, Reese.
and true. But I think also Randy is great, and I would have been excited to see this all play out, and obviously it didn't. And again, this is something I wish, I guess, we could have seen a little bit more of an extension of what happened. Days says she realized that she wasn't getting a surrogate, and she'd have to share her flimsy man. I mean, honestly, thank you for that. I'm trying to make a nice ending here, but I think that's really
really summed it all up with their story. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that they close them off right here, and this is the last that we see of them. But Billy essentially says, you know, I'm going to have to continue to communicate a lot. They didn't say anything about breaking up with Randy. In fact, they said that things are going well, and Randy's gotten a new job recently, and they have plans to continue to communicate. So we shall see.
Taking back off the surrogate thing, now I'm thinking about it, it's like, aren't those kids, you know, like she used her friend's eggs because when they went over there, they're like, oh, they're gingers. So like, I guess maybe someone can educate me. Like, if you can't produce eggs, how do you carry the baby? Like, I mean, I guess IVF is involved, but
I think they do, and they'll take the donor's egg and then his sperm and make an embryo, and then they'll inseminate the embryo, I think.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah, because I just feel like, I mean, obviously she does have complications going on with her.
Right. But I think that's what they did with her last child, too. She carried it, but it wasn't her.
Oh, yeah. They got tons of embryos from this lady.
Right. They had like 3 or 4 still, yeah.
But they also want the nanny to help raise the baby, so.
Yeah, for the compound. It's only an acre, too. I mean, an acre is not a small amount of land, but that's not enough for a compound. Did you guys see that? They had an aerial view of it and everything. It was just like a little corner strip of land.
Yeah.
It's not even enough for a house in a garden, really.
Just a couple little houses.
Yeah. Maybe she could survive the next slot over. I don't know, but that ain't enough, Billie Jean. That's our first red flag, that she has plans to have no sister wives on that compound.
I know. Sometimes I just wonder if people just say that crap to get on this show.
Honestly.
Because they post a lot now, but you know, whatever.
They do, yeah. And I actually enjoy their content too.
It's usually just Reese dancing in pajamas.
Not that content. I saw some like not that. I never even saw that.
I saw a few of them. Where Reese is either dancing or pulling out Taylor Swift songs to explain himself.
I saw somebody shoveling snow or something outside, and then there was a revelation that Billie Jean has an older child from a previous relationship that nobody knew about.
Billie Jean?
Yeah.
How do you give birth and don't know about it?
No. We don't know about it. She knew about it.
Okay. Okay, because I'm like,
I'm over here like, did I get her damn name wrong? Why?
Yeah, I know she wears the pants in that relationship, but shit.
No, she had a kid before. I wonder if maybe even complications happened then, like you said. Like, it'd just be nice to know what happens to people. People just
is that a biological kid, or I take it? Yeah,
so,
must be. Yeah. All right. Well, those people confuse me, so it's too complicated.
So okay,
I thought Garrick was complicated.
Honestly. Back to the Johnsons and the dinner with, mostly wrapping up the dinner with Shanay here. And I mean, Shanay arrives and she's happy that the wine is to her liking. Shanay is such a classy woman.
She's classy, but she's catty too. She'll throw him under the bus. Like, well, I'm glad you know my wine order. Like, this girl was at the train dinner, like knows what she's talking about.
Well, it's so interesting to me because, I mean, I know we dog on Matt a lot for being so nothing, but like Angelica, I like Angelica, but she's also pretty plain, pretty quiet, pretty, vanilla, if you will. And so I think Shanay just gave them a little bit of life to experience because, gosh, this Matt and Angelica must be the most boring humans in the world.
Oh my God, imagine.
They should have dated each other instead. I mean, I got the vibe that they kind of were without the sexual part.
Maybe they could have used the sexual part too. I mean, imagine how Matt is there. Like, oh my gosh.
Must just be the sleepiest man.
Just no effort.
Yes. But anyway, so once Angelica turns on the waterworks a little bit, and I mean, she does give a good apology. She takes accountability. She doesn't make any excuses.
Turns on the waterworks.
Much better, absolutely. And she didn't have to take her on a damn train ride in order to do it. She had to just order the woman a glass of her favorite wine and say, "I'm sorry," and give no other excuses.
And she was happy with that.
Bam.
I've seen this on TV tons of times where someone wears an earpiece and someone back home has the earpiece, and Matt should have went in there with an earpiece. So then Angelica could have fed him the lines.
That's true. That's true.
That's the only way.
Or at least they should have role played it or something earlier. I mean, Matt was
they even did. I bet they did role play it, but Matt ain't all there,
Yeah, Matt really isn't. But yeah, I mean, they do end up agreeing that they're gonna try to stay friends. Shanay also lets us know that she's going all in on this new man that she has, and she ain't leaving nothing on the table. She's ready to have a real relationship. She ain't playing around in these polyamorous relationships anymore, but she will keep the friendship with Angelica because they have such a deep, meaningful connection that I never got to see.
I hope there's a real man out there that she's talking about, because I'm not totally convinced, but that's just me. I'm just not convinced that she had some man on the side the whole time.
I'm not either.
If she did, I don't understand why she gets to be so mad about everything.
I know. She was doing the whole damn same thing. I don't know.
It don't make no sense to me, but
and you know what? I mean, even when Matt was like, when she told Matt initially, "Hey, I'm seeing somebody," and he's like, "Well, as long as you're not being, physical with them," and she's like, "Well, I kind of am being physical with them," and then he sat there, and she's like, "Why aren't you mad?" And then he gets mad, and she's like, "Why are you mad?" I'm just like, this relationship is done, finished.
Yeah, she said that so he would get mad, and then he did get mad, and then she's like, "Wow."
To me.
Yeah,
I actually was shook up a little bit here.
Communal peeing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was an interesting thing to toast to all the time, but I mean, it sounds like a trauma bond post or toast.
I feel like it gave me a lot of color to their relationship, like the humor or the whatever. But like, I don't know. This whole dinner really frustrated me because I can't help but see these two as adversaries because they've just been arguing this whole season. But apparently they're so deeply connected and in love with each other. It's hard for me to wrap my head around, let me tell you.
Yeah, I think that's their way of joking about whatever this is.
I think it is too, and that's why I'm mad that I didn't get to see this light-hearted,
happier times
relationship between the two of them. Because I just don't get this. I could never see these two women the way I know them choosing to communal date. I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make, because I've never seen them be all that friendly with each other.
I can't see it because I can't see what Matt's got to be boasting about. So
honestly,
I mean, that's just me. I mean, I can see the Davises doing that because they're always talking about their that part of their life.
Right. And actually the Davises are coming right up here. They cheers to each other, to us instead.
Right.
And we are going to pop back over there to wrap them up later. And we're going to jump into the Davises.
Yep. So Teresa's here and she's as groggy as ever when she walks up.
Just like slouchy, like just sloth right up.
Yes, she was all dressed up and stuff, ready to pick up her boxes that she had other people pack.
I know.
And she went in their kitchen and just let them know that, she's got to love herself before she can be loved by others. And she's sorry and whatever. Like, I like what she said here, but I kind of like, it took you 9 months to figure out you don't love yourself.
I know. I think it took her 9 months to really drive it all the way into the ground. I think she knew the whole time. I think she's been having the same problems for 9 months. And I think, they keep trying to sit her down like last episode and say you got to do something else other than this or it's not going to work. And I think she was just avoiding that because she knew that, obviously they were going to break up. So I don't know. I don't know why she didn't just try to work on herself while she was there. Maybe she did and they didn't show us that part, but I feel like she could have been a good fit.
She could have. I still feel like there's something I'm missing, and I understand I'm missing the whole institution part of her, but I feel like there's even more that I'm missing here that they were, I don't know. Again, it's one of those things where like you kind of wish you'd seen them in happier times or 8 months ago when this started and when Danielle left. I'm still mad that they didn't even explain why Danielle left. So I mean, I just feel like I'm missing something with the Davises.
Right. I can't believe she has pregnant Jenny packing for her. Agree. I mean, I think Nick should have at least lifted a little finger there, but I mean,
probably moved a box or so and held them there.
Yeah, I'm hoping that April is helping her out and with the moving of the boxes, but they seem to be having a thing going on. I don't know why she couldn't pack for herself. Maybe the Davises didn't want her back in their house. Maybe they were like,
maybe they could have had her. I get like they probably didn't want her to like take anything, sure, but also like maybe just pack with her. Because if I was her, I want to know that I'm getting all of my stuff. How do they know everything she has?
I doubt she has much.
I'm not trying to much.
Yeah.
I almost feel like she wasn't even actually living there because of like where has she been going?
Yeah,
how'd she come back with a full outfit on?
I'm living here while we're filming, and I think she had a couple different places that she can go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she asked for them to just sort of release her basically, and Nick was like, "We don't want to stand in the way of your healing, and you can go now." And Theresa says, "Sorry for all the pain I've caused you, you pregnant lady." Why is he always even standing in the middle of them? I think that's just their natural state.
Yeah, that's just how they function.
Yeah, that's how they function. It's exactly how they function. We do get, I mean, I felt a little sad for her here, but at the same time, it's not like, it doesn't seem like there's any bad blood here. There's no hard feelings. So I don't know why she seems to be mourning the loss of this friendship with Nick. But I mean, they were all really kind to her. I think the Davises showed a really mature way of breaking up with somebody. Obviously nothing, like no big betrayals happened here or anything, but at the same time, breakups can sometimes get ugly, especially when it's kind of drawn out like this. And obviously Theresa was not willing or wanting to sit down and talk things through with them. That probably felt like wasted time. So I think the Davises did a great job of being kind. She was mourning his pain. Probably.
She did always talk about how he's the only one that could love her and stuff. I mean,
I know.
She really likes that short guy energy.
I know. I feel like that's a little bit of like trauma and poor self-confidence talking when people say like, nobody will ever love me like you. Like that, you don't know that. I don't. It makes me sad for people when they say that because you don't know that. You could have an even greater love.
And you probably really could. I mean, you don't need. I mean, polygamy is not for everybody.
It's really not. And I think there's got to be a lot of comparison going on, even though it's something you have to live with and tolerate the jealousy and stuff. I think people are able to tolerate it because they're exposed to it so much. Their constant life is comparing and seeing and watching what's going on with somebody else. And yes, it's one thing to say like you figured out how to deal with that emotion better than most people, and great, that's a great accomplishment for your lifestyle. But I think they're also just constantly shown this is what affection looks like for this wife, this is what it looks like for this wife, this is what this person does better, their hair is prettier. It's got to be a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously it's tearing her apart,
It's tearing up all the Davises. I think it's nice that they were all able to really hug each other, but I did not realize how tall Theresa was.
Oh, I did.
All of these Davises just.
I'm calling her the Amazon. His
chest.
Yeah, I was calling her his Amazon woman. She could pick him up and put him down.
I know. Joe says, I think part of why she accepts the polygamy is she doesn't feel like she deserves someone on her own by herself. Yeah. I mean, I think she just doesn't feel like she deserves much of anything. I think that's kind of what she was saying when she was saying goodbye to them too, is like, everything feels too good to be true, no matter what it is. But
yeah. I mean, hers lived a life, but
poor Theresa.
She's definitely lived a life. I'm glad that they tried to reassure her with this. You deserve love too, and blah 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 blah. But Theresa's really got to figure that out on her own.
I agree. I am proud of her in the long run. I think she probably could have worked it out with all of them if she would have actually cared enough about herself to try. But I don't think to me, it doesn't look like she did anything other than run away. Doesn't look like she tried to heal in any way. She just appeared there and hoped that love would make her feel better. And you can have as much love in the world as you want, but if you're got toxic stuff going on in your mind, it's not going to work out. So I'm glad that she bowed out. I'm glad that she's going to try to go become independent. I hope that she gets herself a little nice apartment and her kid and her just live a happy life.
She don't already have an apartment.
Heard she did all this to be on TV. That's possible. I've seen a couple podcasts that she's been interviewed for, and she's been related to, well, like she said, like the rap industry and Tech9. She's also been in the adult industry a little bit. So, I mean, she certainly has been around the perimeters as far as, being.
She'd be trying to make a name for herself, but.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, why not? It seems like her and Nick do have this long-standing relationship. So why not shoot your shot if the man's on television and you have an aspiring rap career?
I wonder if the whole time she's known him, they've had been intimate, I guess, because I mean, him and April have been very open for a long time. Maybe she just didn't want to actually commit to sister wives, but
maybe. I mean, I feel like that would be against the boundaries that are agreed upon with the Davises, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Who knows? According to Theresa, they all sleep together anyway, so. And I mean, sleep together anyway.
They all rolling around
that big ass bed.
So we have a gender reveal for the Garricks, and the youngest Garrick, Leia, is on Team
Danielle's little spite baby against Natalia.
Yes, that's exactly what.
She's cute. She is cute.
Yes, she is. But yeah, Danielle Lorena lets us know that she is 20 weeks pregnant. She's been quite emotional. She's been really trying to adjust to everything. She feels really happy that her family has been patient with her. I don't know if she's referring to this family, the Garricks, or her family back at home on the phone. But either way, she feels grateful. She's feeling good. She's happy. She's excited. And the rest of the family seems excited too. It seems like the baby is making them all really be forced to recognize that this is real and Lorena is going to be around for a long time. So they show Garrick and Danielle's son talking, and they also showed, I think, Garrick's brother-in-law, Danielle's brother, that guy, and that couple that always comes around.
Yes.
They were excited. And Danielle thinks that it's a boy, or Lorena. Gosh, I get these two mixed up. Poor Garrick. You must get them mixed up. So her doctor speaks Spanish then? Probably.
Probably not. I mean, maybe possible in Colorado. Now that you say that, how almost horrific to go to these appointments and not know like what the hell the doctor is saying to you without a translator, without Danielle there.
I think they need a translator. Yeah. Even if the doctor doesn't speak it, I think like in the hospital, I know that they have translators for people who don't speak English. That's something that they have to provide before they do really much of anything.
I feel like my worst nightmare would be to give birth in a foreign country and not know.
Yeah. I think that's unethical on a lot of ways, but I don't actually know. I'm just guessing. But I do know the hospital thing. I know they have to provide a translator in the hospital.
Oof. I would be, I get why she was a little scared to do this.
Well, that's why she's like, I wanted to know English. And same thing for your kid, because it's like, then you're going to be going to these medical appointments, and eventually your child's going to learn English, and they're maybe going to know English better than you. And you're going to be at a doctor's appointment, and you can, no, it's. I wish for her that she was more stabilized and independent.
I didn't even think about the doctors knowing Spanish. Portuguese, I guess.
Yeah, she really needs to learn English for her health and safety.
She does. But her family also needs to learn a little bit of what they need to have it go both ways. Especially if you're going to keep abducting people from other countries. What's Garrick going to know, like 50 languages or something?
No, he's going to know none. The same amount he knows now. He barely even knows English. Do you see how long it takes him to process a sentence in English? Next glaze over.
The next lady who leaves him is gonna be like from Japan or something. He'll be on a job like, oh, konnichiwa. Like just random words.
Oh, yes. So at the gender reveal, Garrick lets us know while he was decorating, like we said earlier, that God just real casually spoke in his brain to him and said, "It's a girl." Just like that. Sounds like a parrot. It's a girl.
It's like, the way he talked about it was like God texted him. Like, it's a girl. It's what? A girl. Really? Yeah, man.
Yeah. Get your pink out.
Yeah, I just this was the episode where he just said it the most of God spoke to me doing this. God spoke to me doing that. No, he is not. You are psychotic. God
perfectly in our life.
You are psychotic, sir. Whenever he says God came to him, I'm like, okay, so you're talking to yourself. Because for some reason you have this God complex yourself of you're this almighty man who's
sort of see why he thinks that though, because in hindsight, I'm sure looking back, I know he felt really angry with Danielle for getting pregnant back then, but now he gets this wonderful opportunity with Lorena to see his wives raise a child together. And I think he really thinks, I think all these experiences are confirming to him, even though we all know that he's absolutely insane. I think he is just getting deeper and deeper into really thinking that God is
he's a farmer, like he's just farming all these kids with different hoes Garrick, and everything.
Spreading his seed all over Farmer Garrick.
I know, but I just know God's up there like, keep my name out your mouth.
Yes.
I ain't saying nothing to you. I never have.
Agreed.
I ain't telling you to do all this weird stuff. Yeah. People do weird things all the time and say it's in the name of him. And it's like, no, it's just relax. He's not even in an actual religion. I'd almost understand if Garrick was like, I'm a polygamist, but I'm in the, what was it, the AUB or whatever, the sister wives were a part of, like an actual religion.
Right.
Or a cult of some kind, but he's in his own made up cult where he's got weird ideas about the power of sperm and shit.
I know. It's honestly, he upsets me. I'm not religious, but I know a couple of things about religion, and what he's doing is
it's blasphemy.
Like, it's borderline, it's borderline blasphemy. It's just,
it's blasphemy. If Garrick was talking like this, like a couple hundred years ago, he would have got the guillotine. Like, people would not be listening to this man.
Right.
Off of his head.
Yes, honestly. Well, maybe we'll see that here too. Now he's also beating women. Well, not stop. Well, not that.
He's taking away their internet. That's for sure.
He's taking away their internet. He is engaging in DV. He's not engaging in violence.
I honestly think Lorena could take him. I mean, he's just like all day long.
He would.
I already would have smacked him living with him, honestly.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm surprised.
So we go over to the Johnsons, to Matt and Angelica to wrap up I'm going to say their whole story. I don't think we're going to see them back probably if we have another season. And they kind of just have a voiceover situation. They're cooking food for their kids, but there's also a confessional going in the background and voicing over. And Angelica talks about how she thinks that their experience was a success. I can't argue with her about that. It was apparently 3 years, but I can't necessarily agree either because, again, I didn't effing see it. So I'm annoyed.
No, we only saw the worst of it. But yeah. I don't think it's a success when your man can't keep the woman.
Facts. Agreed. And this is when Matt came in, and he did take a little bit of ownership for his lack of efforts, but at the same time, it's sort of too little, too late in this sister wife situation as well. It's not just too little, too late with Shanay. He really almost fumbled the bag for his own wife. And I think that would have had a lot more serious implications for him and Angelica together if she wouldn't have been able to keep that relationship with Shanay. So I think he's really quite lucky that Shanay decided to forgive Angelica for all the mess that he put her through with that damn witch.
Oh my gosh. And that witch was only around for freaking 5 minutes. And look at all the horror she caused.
She was not even worth it. I know she cast a spell on that couple.
I feel like she only even went on the air and on a date with him so she could promote her damn store.
Her witchery? Yeah. Agreed.
Their date was like bland.
Yeah.
I was like, if I was Matt, I probably just would have told what's her name, Shanay. Like, just wait till the episode comes out. You'll see how my date went.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, you'll see how crazy it was. Well, I think Angelica should have told Shanay from the beginning, even though she was in a bad situation, and I know she didn't want to go behind Matt's back, and that information wasn't really hers to share, but she was part of it. That was her experience to at least speak on and say, hey, I know that there is a witch lady floating around, and she is not shit. Like, that's all she had to tell Shanay.
If I was Matt, I probably just would have messaged Shanay and been like, so since you're seeing somebody else and you want space, does it matter that I go on a date then?
Right. Like, make it very clear what their intentions are too. Yeah. I'm a big fan of direct communication. That's true.
I know it.
So we learned that, not Shanay, but Angelica, she really wants to continue this whole thing going on. She says this was a success. We learned a lot about ourselves. I would like to continue seeking. I would like to continue figuring out what's going to work for us. Matt pretty much said the same thing. He says he wanted to get a little bit of time in between the breakup, which I don't really understand that because he never looks emotional to me at all, but okay. Give yourself some time, heal whatever wounds you don't have. And then I do like how he said, with Angelica's permission, I'll get back on the dating apps, because it seems like they have that treacherous, terrible way of going about things where the man seeks out the woman. But
it brings her back home, like you found a dog on the side of the road. And
well, actually, let's back up, because the way she explained it to her family was that she got on the dating apps and sort of filtered them out for him. But that doesn't sound like on this couch what's really going on.
No. I think she was defensive with her family, like, this is my idea. I'm the one. But I don't know how much I believe that I mean, I know that she is a part of it, but I assume that he's the one initiating girls and stuff, because I mean, he's got to like them, right?
Sure, with this lazy man.
That's why he's doing a dating app style. He ain't going and doing the actual work. Yeah. He's just swiping.
I think Angelica is probably really the draw at the end of the day. It's sort of like when you meet an okay man, and then you meet maybe his sister or his mom, and they're like a wonderful person that you always want to be around. They make you feel so good. It's like, okay, then you sort of get with the man a little easier.
I mean, she seems all right, but I don't know if I would even. I mean, I didn't see much from her either. I feel like these two people are pretty well matched, honestly. Like,
agreed. They're both just so plain. So
I don't even get why they're searching for a sister wife, to be real.
Because damn, Angelica wants a friend.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, she truly just wants a friend. She's not even on here like, oh, I want to have this person have children with him and we can raise our children together. It's none of that. It's literally like, I need support for my trauma because no one else gets what I'm going through with this man.
So ridiculous.
Crazy.
And in the meantime, I have a best friend. I mean, Angelica is just so pleased with herself that she got to leave this relationship, at least with Shanay, intact, that she could care less. I mean, I know she wants to maybe try to seek out another sister wife, but I feel like that's going to change her relationship with Shanay at some point, once she starts developing another throuple. But
possible.
I guess we'll see. Maybe they'll come back, and I'm not really interested in them coming back, but maybe they will.
I don't even care if they do.
I'm not going to miss them. These last two are the only people I'm going to miss. That is the Davises,
the stars of the show. Yeah. Correct. Even the Snowdens were like weird to me, like.
Yeah, I saw a couple clips of them.
Yeah, someone's off about them too. So I'm like, I really think that these two families are the true stars of the show. But I will say, for all the side families this season, all of them sucked. Like, there's usually some good side families where you're like, okay, like there's some drama here. These people, aren't meant to be in polygamy, whatever. There's like some blowout fights or whatever. But I'd say like the only couple in this season, other than these two, that got me all riled up was Yesel and Danny, because I was just like so infuriated with them all the time.
I know.
But I need that.
Yes, I know. I don't really like Yesel and Danny, but I did need the drama, the stupidity, the kind of chaos of their life. So
the sheer dress with underwear on,
Yes, and that part too, for sure. But yeah, they wrapped them up last episode, so we just see their little blurb at the end. But we hop back over to the Davises, who are finally back to normal without Theresa's negative vibe in the house. And even Nick has said as much. He's like, my wives are happy. My house is peaceful. We all got some energy back because that vampire isn't draining everything from us. So they're all pretty pleased with themselves. They're getting April's son ready for prom. I forget what his name is.
I forgot he was even there. I thought I went to college.
But he's going to be soon. He can think again.
He can, with a clear mind. Yep.
That part.
Don't they talk about, like, what the hell are they talking? Isn't this the part where they talk about the Voltron or something?
Yes.
So is that something he read in a book?
I know, it's something he saw in a movie. I mean, isn't that like the Transformers?
Oh, he's allowed to watch movies too?
Oh, of course. Yes. No, sometimes books have adaptations.
Okay. So he's reading the books then watching the movies.
Maybe it's possible. But yeah, he gives us, I mean, first, April starts it. She calls them the Holy Trinity. Gosh, this is such a God episode without being such a God.
Well, these people are not religious. I will give them that. At least, like, they're not trying to blame everything on God at this point. Like, they're just like, yeah, we just like doing this.
Yeah. Yes. This comment had nothing to do with why they're living this lifestyle. They're just kind of themselves.
Where Garrick's like, God told me we need more wives. God told me this, and that. And I'm like, God told me the gender of my baby. And I'm just like, stop blaming him. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting on my couch. God told me that you are absolutely delusional, sir.
Yeah, I know. And you never see like, I wonder if Danielle came home one day and was just like, God told me that we got to stop living this life. Would Garrick listen to that, or would he be like, no, you're just a woman. He don't talk to the women.
I think that is how he talks off camera to the women.
He's crazy. He's
especially
insane.
The more and more that I see their faces in those confessionals, I think so. If you look at April and Jen in their confessionals, 99% of the time they're happy, or at least they don't look sad.
Sure.
Not
they might be a little brainwashed, but like what
they're happily brainwashed though.
But they're fine with it.
Yeah. But
there's something about it. Like I feel like there's just something about the Davises and their dynamic that needs to be truly studied. But when I'm watching the Merrifields in their confessionals, I'm like, blink twice if you need help.
And Lorena never blinks.
That's what
she's just constantly like.
Well, she don't know what the hell they're saying half the time either. Yeah. She's like, I'm just gonna sit.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Imagine being their producer, just watching that. Just
because when at the end of this, when she says like, I'm not comfortable seeking another wife, whatever, and then he tries telling her whatever, and then Danielle gets upset because she would have to marry the next wife. Lorena, if I was her, I would have smirked and been like, yeah, bitch. I mean, you're always pushing for the next one. What about now? Yeah. Now you got to marry her.
Let's get it. Yeah. I'll show you. I have pictures of that. Lorena was like slumped over the chair, looking her right in the face. So we'll get to that. But first, Nick gives us his little Voltron, metaphor about their family, if you will, and says that he learns that they are going to be the defenders of the universe representing love as soon as they can get the final arm to carry the sword.
I thought they wanted 4. I thought 4 is their
end game. 4 has to.
They've had 3 before and weren't satisfied. They were still seeking.
Yeah, I think they need 2 arms, carry the sword.
For the sword. Yeah. So I don't know.
The head and they're the legs, so they're a sturdy torso, but they need the sword to defend.
At least the souls they're collecting are American, and they can understand each other.
True, and they all have their own free will, more free will than in any of these other relationships, I think. So,
and if people go, they just say goodbye. They do not get too emotional about it.
Yeah,
I mean a little bit, but like Nick really kind of is like, well, I ain't gonna force nobody to be here.
We ain't gonna stand in the way of that.
we got a good thing going still.
Yeah, he's fine. He says as much too at the very end. He says, he is having a good time. He's enjoying his little lovely throuple, and April says the same thing too. She says we're all very happy here. So I hope we see them back. I hope we see them back quickly, and I hope they find their Voltron.
Yeah, we'll see them next season, I'm sure.
Yes,
but them people.
Over to Danielle's chaotic ass.
Yep, the Garrickses.
The Garricks.
Her dad in the back. No wonder why he scared the crap out of Lorena. Even just him looking at me through the car would have scared the crap out of me. You didn't even have to jump out and go boo.
I know.
Like, what is that outfit? He's not even wearing a gender outfit like everybody else is kind of trying to do. Like, he's just
he's clearly like a cowboy. I don't think he wears an outfit.
I think he went in Garrick's closet and just grabbed random shit.
It's a nice jacket.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he just went in Garrick's closet and just took a bunch of random things, put it on. Oops, I'm in the wrong closet. Well, whatever.
Oh, so anyway, surprise, whatever God told Garrick was actually right this time, and Lorena is having a girl, and she has already had her child today at the current time. I thought that this whole thing, again, I mean, Danielle just seems to take over the whole scene for me. She is the one that picked up the gender thing in the first place. She's screaming that it's a girl. She's the loudest person in the room.
Look how close she is.
Yes, she's on her phone. Literally, Lorena, go back and watch this if you get bored. Lorena had to push Danielle out of the way to get to Garrick. Like, literally put her hands on her and moved her. Like, I'm just like, you are too much.
I know. She's like, listen, lady, like, I get she's a hoverer, Danielle. Like, she's like, you can't be completely with Garrick without me here.
And I'm like, how can you be so excited here in this scene? And then in all these confessionals be so terrified? Like, we're stuck with her forever. Now there's a baby. And did you catch this? Maybe she said it incorrectly, but she said, God forbid nothing happens and we all stay together. So that would mean, like, God forbid we all stay together, right? Am I misunderstanding that?
I honestly think that's exactly what she meant.
I do too. I think she slipped.
I think she said what she meant in that moment, and she's just happy that Lorena can't speak English.
Agreed. Yes. Days thinks that the dad sneaks in the closet and spies on them because he's so weird, you know?
That's probably how he got the clothes.
Exactly. Nothing is out of the realm of possibilities with the Garricks.
Her dad is a little strange, I will say. I get some weird vibes off of him. It's like Garrick's living his dream or something.
Right. So we get the final scene that definitely sent some rattling through the Seeking Sister Wives watchers when they all saw this. I know I was a little shook. I'm not surprised at what Garrick says, but I'm surprised at the reaction, especially from Danielle. And I am a little surprised about his plans. You know, you and I were talking, I think just last episode when we covered this, about there's like the 2-year period and then the 10-year period, which is really like full citizenship, and wondering how they were going to navigate all of that. Well, Garrick answered our question here. And he informs all of us that he is seeking a sister wife. Danielle or Lorena is obviously not comfortable with that. I don't think we even need to get into why. I mean, there's so many reasons.
Right. Like, she's just settling in, and she, you know, she's fresh there. There's only enough room for her and Danielle in that damn sister room. Well, they're going to put someone else.
Yeah. Yep. And then at the same time, Garrick is married to her, and that is right now her path to citizenship. So I think that would make her feel really unstable and uneasy. And I wonder if that's part of what got brought up, and it just didn't get, you know, got kind of cut out, because that is when Garrick lets us all know that if he were to find another woman out of the country before this 10-year period, which of course he's going to find several, then Danielle is going to have to marry her. He took a page right out of Nick Davis's book.
I mean, I even think Nick Davis at least has had conversations with the women about it first. He just sprung this on Danielle. Danielle's like, wait a minute, I did not know that. And she's like, I've known a lot of his crazy teachings and thoughts, but I did not know that. I even like the way Garrick was trying to tell Lorena, like, the manipulation there, like, where she's like, I'm not comfortable, and he's like, oh, I understand how you feel, but God has called us to this, and he has told me that we need more wives, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, just chill the F out. You're lucky you even got 2.
Did you see his time frame too, when he's trying to reassure her, whether it's a couple weeks from now or 3 months from now? So 3 months is your max limit. You're gonna scoop another woman up here within 3 months at the most.
In a different country, because he even said, you know, if I come across a woman in a different country,
that means he's already talking to somebody. Bet
probably. Don't be surprised.
He said a couple weeks. I mean, damn, you can't strike up a whole engagement in a couple of weeks. You know, Garrick likes to get engaged so that he can get his willy wet.
He does like to strike up an engagement in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's like the second meeting at the most. If we're not getting engaged on the second meeting, Garrick's not coming back.
How much money do these people even have? I mean, Lorena's pregnant. They got to have a whole other child here. They're still paying for her to be here. She's not working. Danielle's probably... Yeah, Danielle's barely working. Their business doesn't have that many great reviews. It's probably tanking by the day. And
they're starting the Merrifield collection and asking for angel investors. Please, all 7 of you, do not invest a single penny into that business. It's
no one's investing in that. Especially now, like they announced it right before his domestic violence crap. But then what? You got to have the money to now fly back and forth between what country now? You keeping it on this hemisphere still, or are you going to go out to China?
Well, and this is what I was telling you about, where Lorena does really turn around and look at Danielle as soon as she's realizing what's going on with the marriage, and Lorena is even like, look at her making this eye contact with Danielle. Like,
I wonder if she does know. Like, is there a little translator in her ear or something?
I think she's starting to pick up on more words as well. You know, the more that you use a translator app, even you start to pick up on the common words. I'm sure she knows numbers. I'm sure she knows a lot about like immigration and some of the words around that, and you know, kind of some of the basics. So I think she's picking up on some idea of what's being said. But you'll notice it's not here, but in a lot of scenes, especially like this, there's always a phone on somebody's lap.
Right, where she can kind of hear it. Yeah,
I think they just cut out a lot of it usually, so we don't see all that redundancy. But yeah, I mean, Lorena is obviously
not you, huh, Danielle? It's fun when it's not you.
Exactly. I know. And it was when she was describing, you know, how she felt, this was the look that Lorena had too. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know if, did Danielle think that at some point Lorena and Garrick were going to get divorced and she'd be able to marry Garrick again or something? I think she has that delusion.
She thought it would be 2 years is what it sounded like in the thing, is that after 2 years and her citizenship and whatever, that Garrick would be able to remarry someone else.
Right. Well, joke's on you. You're going to marry someone else.
But
someone from another country, it would be me to marry them.
Yeah, she looked traumatized by it. Why don't y'all just find somebody in the United States then? Like, why is it always got to be somebody from another country that you can easily manipulate and all this crap? Like, it's so predatory to me. It's so like human trafficking to me to have these people always going to another country to look for a woman or for a victim to bring back here and trap them here with citizenship and all this crap. Like, it's just crazy. Like, why is it always got to be someone from another country? Why can't you've looked around here before, allegedly, and whatever.
Yeah. I mean, he found someone in Michigan. He found someone in California. So maybe it's possible. But I think his ultimate plan, if he is the manipulator and not the ignorant idiot that he looks like all the time, I think his ultimate plan is to find somebody from out of the country and get Danielle to marry her so that.
Yeah, he likes that idea.
Yeah, I think he really is. I think God told him.
But he wants 5 wives. So how is it going to work when he wants another one? Because the man is never content.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who's going to marry the next one? His sons? Like, what are you going to do? Like, the dad, Danielle's dad.
Don't come to Garrick with a good time, okay?
Yeah, I know. It's like, who's going to marry the next few? Because you're still going to be stuck with what's going, like, what? You know, and then the thing is, it's for citizenship between, you know, Danielle, like for Danielle to marry another woman or whatever from a different country. To get citizenship, you have to prove that it's kind of legit. The marriage between Danielle and another woman wouldn't,
like all the way legit. Yeah.
Yeah. The marriage between Danielle and another woman wouldn't be legit at all.
Right. Right.
There's no intimacy. There's nothing.
I mean, they would share an address probably. I think that's probably the closest that they're going to
get. Yeah, that would be it. At least, you know, with Garrick and Lorraine or whatever, there's probably photos of them kissing and, you know, like getting engaged and, you know, whatever the case is. I mean, they got to have some kind of evidence to back up that they have a real relationship. I don't know how the U.S. Immigration Office feels about just marrying people to have a polygamous family.
I want to know, excuse my language, but screw how the immigration office feels. I want to know how God feels about all these fraudulent marriages happening.
I wish we knew too. Maybe he'll speak to us and let us know. Because I ain't going off of Garrick's word.
Yeah. So we end the entire season on this face, the face of absolutely nothing going on behind these guys' eyes. and they give us a little bit of a check-in on everybody.
Yeah.
Does anyone else, people in the US can look them up and see they are insane? I hope so. I hope everyone in the world know. That's part of the reason that they need to continue to be on television, so everyone in the world can be aware of who they are.
Yeah, I hope TLC can broadcast in all different kinds of languages as a warning for these people.
Yes.
There needs to be a warning at every embassy around the world about these people.
Yes.
But yeah.
So we get some updates. I think April's face was updated.
Yeah, I know. Is that even her? So it was an actress, wasn't it?
She looks gorgeous, but I think she got a little work done.
She glued the hell up. I don't know what they did to her or what happened to her, but
I think she got something done to her neck.
She got something somewhere. This is a whole actor. I have no idea.
She got something done to her neck, and I think like a facelift.
Something happened, or like really, really good makeup and Botox or something. I really don't know. But
yeah, but she's looking good. Happy for her.
Great look for her.
More power to her.
Nick's finally sitting by her. Nick's finally sitting by her by himself. So
yes. We see that the baby was born, and we also find out that Theresa has been lurking around a little bit in Nick's DMs or phone calls or whatever, but they have all declined to continue a relationship with her. But what we did learn is that April and Jenny have been courting a new woman, and this new woman is actually friends with Theresa.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute first. We saw, I mean, maybe the timelines are fucked up. I'll give it that. Like maybe some things were filmed later or whatever. But we learned that Lorena was pregnant and she's only 2 months behind, not even Jenny. And Jenny was like visibly 11 months pregnant the entire season.
Yeah, I think
they found out.
I think they're not. It's kind of like Teen Mom sort of does, where they're not all filming in the same timeline. They're just putting the stuff together for episodes. I think
so like they must have filmed with Lorraine or with the Merrifields like a year ago, and then stopped with them around.
Months. Yeah, like 6 to 7 months beforehand. I think that's what happened because their birthdays are close to each other. We have May.
Yeah, they're literally less than 2 months away.
And then July 3rd. Yeah, I think that there was like a 6 months. You know, it could even be the same film crew, just hops from family to family, and then they put it all together.
Interesting. I would love to know how this is like the timeline of filming, because then they randomly slap in, you know, Lorena's gender reveal, which she's 20 weeks then.
Right. So that clearly happened like significantly later. Yeah.
But there was never anything like that. I just wanted, like, were there other episodes that were going to come out, but they just didn't have enough content with the other couples that they were like, eh?
I think so. Yeah. I think that they probably planned for a longer season. I just can't see that they didn't.
Okay. All right. Keep going. Yeah.
So we learned for Angelica and Matt.
Back to Theresa.
Oh, well, yes, Theresa. Well, Theresa was lurking. And then she's also friends, apparently, with whoever April and Jenny are talking to. Which, and we have this.
Yes. This has been coming out. I guess Sarcasm got this little number here. I think she posted the screenshot of her and Nick's messages. For some reason, he sent her a kissy face, which I'm like, how does that accidentally happen? But he's like, that wasn't for you, Theresa. I'm like, she liked it. She liked it. Then he was like, that wasn't for you.
I know. Well, she loved it. And then he said that wasn't for you. And then she sent the thumbs up.
And he said, out here making shit up, which I'm assuming is because she's been going on podcasts. And the only thing I can think that she said negative on a podcast is that they're all banging each other. But I mean, I kind of think, how aren't they? I mean, they have a whole smush room in their house. Like that can't be a real thing. Like y'all, like maybe, but when y'all need like alone time. But how big is this house? This house does not look big at all from the outside. How is there 11 rooms?
I don't think there is 11 rooms.
But anyway, so then she says to leave her the F alone, and ain't nobody making up shit. That was all you. What are they talking? Like, I hate when people post stuff like this and there's no context to it.
I know. And then to literally go as far as to call him a narcissistic a-hole when he's not saying anything here that's all that terrible. He's accusing her of making things up and, kind of sends her on her way.
Narcissist is like one of those hot words that people use a lot, but it doesn't describe everything and everyone. There are narcissists out there.
Nothing here is self-absorbed. Nothing here. I mean, I don't get it.
I know. I need more context. But he says, good luck out there. And she says, I'm doing great without going to sleep lonely. I'm doing great without going to sleep lonely every night like I was with you. Lonely? Girl, that bed.
That is full of people.
There's tons of people in that bed. There's 51 people in the house, but whatever. And he says, you're welcome. Nick, the king of petty.
Okay, Theresa. I think part of the suspicion that you did this for clout is confirmed with those messages.
The consensus is that she's just mad they won't take her back or whatever.
She's mad they won't take her back, and she wants to continue to stay relevant by posting these messages. And, I like Theresa. I think she's a nice lady. I've enjoyed watching the podcast that she's been on too, even though I think part of her is doing this for clout. But I think she's being a little dramatic when it comes
Still haven't heard her rap a single bar. I mean,
she rapped on the show.
I know, but I kind of zoned out when that happened. I don't
think it wasn't good. But anyways, to move on to Angelica and Matt.
I like how it's zoomed in on their kids.
I know. Well, that's all it was too. I mean, I'm not that zoomed in. The TLC is right here. But that's how they did it on this one too. They zoomed in on all the kids.
Okay.
But yeah, so obviously Angelica's mom is still not happy about their living arrangements, their lifestyle situation. But Angelica and Shanay are still friends, and Matt's dating. I'm not surprised about that. I know that was their plan. So I hope that her and Angelica get along. I wonder what that will do to the relationship with Shanay, but I'm not really interested to see and find out, to be honest. Another couple that I'm not I'm really hoping that they don't continue to follow is Yesel and Danny. I don't think that they ever really wanted a sister wife to begin with. That's why their criteria is so small. And spoiler alert, they have not found anyone that fits that criteria, but they're going to renew their vows together.
Yeah, nobody wants to be in a house apparently where they can't procreate with the man and has to be micromanaged by this lady.
I mean, agreed. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they aren't scissor sisters, Angelica and the other girl. We were talking about that a little bit earlier days. But yeah, I mean, I think that there was probably some room for them to consider it, but it seems like they like that communal DICK. So I think that's as close as they're gonna get, right? Like they seem pretty straight. So communal, how communal is what I want to know.
I wouldn't be shocked if they turned both away from Matt, but same face Reese is making here.
So we learn here, even though we already learned, I think before this episode dropped, that Reese and BJ are expecting a child. But they said here that they decided to try another round of IVF and that Randy has pieced out. Doesn't say why. Upsets me a little bit as to why. I wish she would have gotten her own little blurb. Maybe they would have just given her a little video 30-second clip for us to understand.
Well, I think they pretty much did say why when they say they continue to seek while Billy's works on her jealousy issues. Sounds like she was still dealing with that.
Jealous. It's not like she prevented them from seeing each other. I just think that they kind of freaked out because she felt a natural feeling, and she
I don't know. It sounds like she was probably still having little things like tics or spasms or something about it, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, either way, it doesn't seem like this was the right fit for them.
Things could also just fell off.
Yeah. I think a plural relationship just wasn't going to work for these two.
No, I'm surprised the regular one does. And look at how mad that baby is that Garrick's their father.
I know. Even got the hands across the
stay away from me.
I know.
God told me about you.
Yes, God let me know. that
I just came from there. He told me about you, sir.
Yeah, so we do have little baby Sarah May, who is a little bit upset in this photo. Hopefully she's feeling better now about her father, but who knows, since her father
probably not
has been, acting a fool out here. We learn that obviously the Garricks are continuing to seek. Nobody is surprised about that. Lorena's apprehensive. Danielle is apprehensive. She's not really trying to marry the next person. So she's hoping that they find someone in America. I'm hoping that they find someone out of the country because that will be better TV for me. Sorry, Danielle.
I'd love to see Danielle have to go through that. She ain't finding no one in America now, just like they said.
I know, and I want to know what Garrick has to say about what God has to say about two women marrying each other for the sake of an illegitimate marriage.
Oh, I'm sure God's already talked to him about it, according to him. He's probably already filling Danielle up with, well, God told me, the way.
With lots of things, let me tell you.
Yeah, he's already told me the way to do this. And didn't he say something like marriage isn't easy, and especially when you do it God's way?
Yes, that is. He said that at the end of the gender reveal, actually, and it was disgusting.
Day says that.
Listen, marriage is not easy, Garrick. You are absolutely right about that. But this extra sprinkle that you're sprinkling onto it is completely unnecessary. Completely.
This isn't the way that marriage is laid out by God in most cases.
It's not God's way. I mean, I guess I don't know because I ain't been in communication with that man like Garrick has. But
cite the religion, Garrick. Like, you're just saying things. Like, you're not citing any sources. He's not saying where in the Bible. He's not pulling out passages we can look at. He's not saying like this is Christianity, this is Buddhism, this is like, he's not giving us anything. At least with the other sister wives, the original sister wives, the pioneers of this crap, like they were like, oh, we followed the AUB and Mormonism and blah blah blah, and that does have a history of this kind of stuff. But Garrick's not giving us anything. He's like, it's just crazy. It's just like, he tells me, like, who are you? Are you the start of your own religion? Are you a cult? Like, I know. Like, what is this? It just drives me nuts to hear this man talk about God said to me. And then he's got all these crazy ideas of how women are and how women are made and women are built and how women's brains work and chemicals and sperm and all these things. It's like, you don't know nothing. What do you mean? I would love to see him sit with Nick Davis and tell him all these things, these ideas that he has.
I would love to see Nick Davis sit with him too, because I think Nick Davis would have actually some correction to give this man. Several corrections to give this man.
And if not, he'd go back to his ladies and at least teach them what he learned.
That's true. He'd be like, there's people out here that be doing their women dirty. Like dirty.
That baby is protecting herself. I bet she turned off the Wi-Fi. She's like, no, we're getting out of here.
Mm-hmm. It's time to go, mama.
Yeah, this was not the man. Take me back to Brazil.
Yes. Well, speaking of time to go, it is our time to go as well. So thank you all for joining us today. It's been fun as usual to get some feedback and hear all your comments and interact with you all. We're so happy that you all come and talk with us.
I do think maybe I just saw what Nick meant by that Theresa is lying or whatever. I guess she has been saying that they used her for ratings. Like, Theresa, you were.
Does Theresa think that was their idea?
Well, it could have been TLC using you for ratings, but even in the same breath, Theresa, you were not that entertaining. What's more entertaining to me is the fact that Nick sits around and reads and thinks. Yeah. They don't need much more than that. I mean, that already draws me in. I'm like, okay, how is this man functioning?
Yeah. No, I don't think Theresa really did a whole lot of extra that any other additional person they were dating would have done. Right. Especially, she might have if we got to actually see her whole story play out in the most authentic way, but we didn't. She was really just a regular person like Danielle. So I don't think she added all that much other than watching them go through the process again.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's like, You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I could watch a whole scene of Nick just sitting in the back seat of that car and then women just driving him around. And I would be thoroughly entertained. I would watch the
whole show with just the Davises, to be honest. I really am curious about them. I want to learn more.
Yeah, like that one scene where he's talking to his daughter about like photosynthesis or something, and she's like 2. I would love to see crap like that all day long. Yeah, like,
I'm a fan of that.
You know, like I'm more fascinated by how they live day-to-day life. Like those women come home from work and they start cooking, and this man walks around the kitchen and tells them what he's thought about all day. That is entertaining to me for some reason, and I can't figure it out. But it's more.
I think they do really live a very interesting life, and it seems that nobody there is so dramatically unhappy that it feels uncomfortable to watch. Like, it's pleasant to watch. They all seem happy. Mm-hmm. Nick has this really just atypical kind of life that no other man seems to be able to pull off and live. And yeah, it's just fascinating to me. I just want to see more of it. So I really hope that there's another season. I think it was really fun to cover this season. So we'll certainly be back to watch again.
For sure. And hopefully both these families are back. I know, like, I thought it was interesting on the update that they didn't talk about Garrick's arrest at all. I mean, they had at least a week to kind of throw in a little line about it, but
I know. I thought that was dumb too.
But I'm wondering if they're not really doing that because I don't know if TLC wants to acknowledge it yet, because yes, what he's being accused of is domestic violence and whatever. And, you know, honestly, everything about this family is like horrid, but they've been doing the same thing on TLC pretty much, besides the turning off Wi-Fi and crap. For years, and TLC's just kind of like let us see it. It's not like the Snowdens who were like accused of like DV, which I wish they would have followed them a little bit too, but to see the aftermath of that, because like I said in the previous video, I'm not one to be like, oh, somebody did something wrong, let's not see them on TV ever again, because I know these people aren't making millions off of TLC or anything.
Agreed. So I think some of it's about like especially on TLC, like you said, like this is the learning channel. They're showing us all these alternative lifestyles. I think some of it is about putting awareness out there that these kinds of things can happen, that even in families that look really happy, you know, not just atypical lifestyles either, but just things to look for. I think that this stuff is really educational in a sense of just how all kinds of different relationships work, especially how really healthy relationships look like. I told Anne, I think I texted her this last night, I'm like, I feel like if you can't relate to anything that's on TLC, then you should consider yourself healthy, because there's just so much dysfunction on that damn channel, and I cannot get enough of it.
I know. If TLC didn't exist with all these crazy shows, I mean, what would we be here to talk about? Like, most of our shows we even cover are TLC, besides Teen Mom, which is done. And Gypsy, which is done. So here we are.
Kardashians, but we haven't talked about them in a while. They've been kind of slow and boring. So.
Although the last episode of the Kardashians with the Paris robbery was kind of interesting.
Yeah, but it was a lot of rehashing too, which I mean. But I do have to run. I have family that's visiting from out of town, so I'm going to go get back to them. But thanks again for interacting with us and commenting with us. If you have not yet liked the video, if you have not yet shared the video, please take the opportunity to do so now. And we'll see you guys all next time. We'll be covering Sister Wives next week. Thank you, Days. We always enjoy having you, laughing along with you.
And Lisa, if you're still here, because I know you were a listener today.
Yes. Thanks, Lisa, for tuning in. Thanks, Joe, for your comments. Who else did we have comment today?
User Alien.
User Alien's always here for us.
Yep.
So we are looking forward to seeing you all back again. We're gonna see Sister Wives, or talk about Sister Wives next week, and jump back into Cody's apology tour. And then we'll catch you all on the next one.
Yep. Don't forget to just copy that link too. You don't even really got to share.
Yes.
Yep. Reduce, reuse, recycle, Rihanna. And goodbye, you guys. We will catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.